On December 15th, in the early morning hours, I was in New York at the time, and I got a call. In fact, we know, we're not just convinced, we know that the legal process will reveal the true facts based on the conversation that we've had in chambers and the explanation that we've provided to the court in chambers.
And how else would you proceed?
Your Honor, at this time, I, on behalf of Courtroom, Jackson and Quinn, and with Nick Reiner, is not guilty of murder. Print that. We wish him the very, very best moving forward. And that's all I have today.
While speculation was running wild over Alan Jackson's next courtroom move, the celebrity defense lawyer made a decision no one saw coming. In the middle of mounting theories about how he would defend Nick Reiner in the high-profile murders of Rob Reiner and Michele Singer Reiner, Jackson abruptly walked away from the case altogether. The withdrawal sent shockwaves through legal circles, especially because just days earlier, Jackson had been spotted at the Reiner family's Brentwood home, the very scene where the killings unfolded on December 14, 2025. That visit ignited intense, almost forensic speculation.
I had to withdraw as Nick Reiner's counsel. Circumstances beyond our control, but more importantly, circumstances beyond Nick's control, have dictated that, sadly, it's made it impossible for us to continue our representation of Nick.
Some believe Jackson was preparing a defense centered on Nick Reiner's mental state. Others assumed he was reconstructing the crime itself. But no one, not even seasoned court watchers, imagined that Jackson and his entire team would exit the case. Now that sudden retreat has triggered a new wave of theories, with the internet aggressively hunting for answers as to why Jackson withdrew so soon after stepping inside the crime scene.
I'm legally and I'm ethically prohibited from explaining all the reasons why. I know that's a question on everybody's mind. We expect the public defender to step in. They've already been appointed and very capably protect Nick Reiner's interests as he moves forward through the system. But be clear, be very, very clear about this. My team and I remain deeply, deeply committed to Nick Reiner and to his best interests.
That mystery became official inside a Los Angeles courtroom on January 22, 2026, just moments before Nick Reiner's scheduled arraignment. Jackson formally withdrew from representing Reiner in the murder case, a move approved by Los Angeles Superior Court Judge Teresa McGonigal. With Jackson gone, a public defender was appointed, and the arraignment was delayed until February 23rd, nearly 7 weeks after Reiner waived his right to a speedy hearing. Jackson did not offer a detailed explanation in court. He told the judge he had no choice but to withdraw.
1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Those
Both have graciously submitted to jurisdiction with regard to 4 and 10. I think that's fine.
Thank you. Once again, the court will issue and forward. And how else would you like to proceed?
Your Honor, at this time, I, on behalf of Courtroom, Jackson and Quinn, and with Mr. Reiner's understanding and consent, would ask to withdraw as counsel of record based on the conversation that we've had in the chambers and the explanation that we've provided to the court in chambers. We feel that we have no choice at this juncture but to withdraw as counsel and ask to be relieved.
The Los Angeles County Public Defender's Office confirmed it learned only a day earlier that the case would be transferred. Deputy Public Defender Kimberly Green said she had a brief 30-second conversation with Reiner on the morning of the hearing.
Back on the record in People versus Nick Reiner, case number 25 CJC F08098.
Outside the downtown Los Angeles courthouse, Allen doubled down, telling reporters it's not possible for us to continue our representation. He also made a striking claim, insisting Nick Reiner is not guilty of murder.
Good morning. As you know, my name is Alan Jackson. This morning, I had to withdraw as Nick Reiner's counsel. Circumstances beyond our control, but more importantly, circumstances beyond Nick's control, have dictated that sadly, it's made it impossible for us to continue our representation of Nick. I'm legally and I'm ethically prohibited from explaining all the reasons why. I know that's a question on everybody's mind. We expect the public defender to step in. They've already been appointed and very capably protect Nick Reiner's interests as he moves forward through the system. But be clear, be very, very clear about this. My team and I remain deeply, deeply committed to Nick Reiner and to his best interests. In fact, we know, we're not just convinced, we know that the legal process will reveal the true facts of the circumstances surrounding this case, Nick's case. You know, a lot's been printed of late, over the last 3 weeks. A lot has been printed about Nick, printed about his family, printed about the circumstances. Speculation is in print. On December 15th, in the early morning hours, I was in New York at the time, and I got a call. Me and my team, we dropped everything. And for the last 3 weeks, we have devoted literally every waking hour to protecting Nick and his interests. We've investigated this matter top to bottom, back to front. What we've learned, and you can take this to the bank, is that pursuant to the laws of this state, pursuant to the law in California, Nick Reiner is not guilty of murder. Print that. Print that. We wish him the very, very best moving forward. And that's all I have today.
How did Nick take the news?
Nick Reiner was arrested just hours after his parents were found dead, both suffering multiple stab wounds, and he remains held without bail in the Los Angeles County Los Angeles jail. Prosecutors, led by Los Angeles County District Attorney Nathan Hochman, announced on January 21, 2026, that Reiner faces 2 counts of first-degree murder. Hochman said the maximum punishment could be life in prison without parole or the death penalty, though he confirmed the prosecution has not yet decided whether to seek capital punishment.
Will be filing charges against Nick Reiner, who is accused of killing his parents, actor-director Rob Reiner, and photographer-producer Michele Singer Reiner. These charges will be 2 counts of first-degree murder with the special circumstance of multiple murders. He also faces a special allegation that he personally used a dangerous and deadly weapon, that being a knife. These charges carry a maximum sentence of life in prison without the possibility of parole or the death penalty. No decision at this point has been made with respect to the death penalty. We have requested, and currently Nick Reiner is being held without bail. Once the charges get filed this afternoon, Nick Reiner will be then brought to court. He is going through medical clearance, something that everybody who gets arrested and gets held in a Los Angeles County Sheriff's Department jail goes through. Once he is medically cleared, he will be brought to court to be arraigned on these charges. At that point, he will enter a plea of guilty or not guilty. So special circumstances is a situation where one of the enumerated factors that lead to elevating in some ways a first-degree murder case to a special circumstance first-degree murder case occurs. One of those special circumstances is called multiple murders. Here we have 2, and it qualifies under the definition of multiple murders to allege the special circumstance in this particular case.
Jackson, known for defending high-profile clients including Harvey Weinstein and Kevin Spacey, warned the public not to rush to judgment, citing very complex and serious issues associated with this case. For now, the reason behind his stunning exit remains sealed, and that silence may be the loudest development yet in a case already defined by unanswered questions.